Alright, fellow Vikings, welcome back. This time, I'm failing. Today is kind of a rough day for me. I've been working really hard for these guys over here. Okay. I've completely dug out the bottom of the aviary all along the back and everything, all the way around. Or not all the way around, but the really bad side that the animals were getting into. I'm not sure what exactly it is now because I caught a possum in a live trap yesterday, and we took care of him. We shot him and everything, and we did it as respectfully as we could and as humanely as we could, even though it was one of the animals eating our birds. But last night I shut this gate, and I thought that it was closed enough that that nothing would get in it. I didn't check its latch, so I don't know if it was latched or not. But this morning, the gate was wide open. Omelet's not liking the fact that she's locked in there. Omelet, do you mind? I'm doing a video. Let me talk, please. Thank you. But I might not have latched it. I came over and checked on it last night at it was in between midnight and 1 in the morning. Make sure everything was good, everything looked good. I didn't check the latch, but this morning it was open, and we lost another what was it, 3 birds last night. So it's obviously not just one animal because we shot one. Now there's that brings us up to a total of eight birds we lost in the last week. That's a really hard blow because it's all of our laying hens. We have our older mother hen, Omelet. She lays once a week or so. Really, in most instances, it wouldn't be worth feeding her, but she's a really good hen. Like, she does the job of a rooster while still giving us eggs. Like, she helps guard the other hens. She teaches the hens where to lay. Like, she's a really good hen. So I'm not, obviously she has her moods, but part of this is because her partner just died. Like, since before we had her, her and Archie have been like best of buds. You know, they were inseparable. They were always together. They would lay together in the aviary house up there. They would sit on the same perch together. She wouldn't really let the other roos get her. Now, roos are larger, you know, and they can force it, but Archie wouldn't allow that either. So they were really close, and she's really upset right now that he's gone, and she's been like this since he passed a couple days ago. She hasn't even wanted to sleep in the house or on the stoop on the steps right there. Summertime they like to sleep on the steps, but we have meat birds, meat chickens that live inside that house. Okay, and most of the time when I let the birds out during the day, I close that gate and I let the little chicks into here, and the little chicks go into the house. I close the door and then let the other birds in. Right? That's mainly because the hens and the guineas and the roosters were picking on them, you know, and pulling all their feathers out, and just overall not being nice to them. And even if they're meat birds, I want them to have a decent life. You know, even if we're going to end up eating them and all that, they deserve the respect of not being bullied, not being picked on, even as birds, you know. But I don't know what I'm going to do at this point because we've lost literally 8 chickens, all of our laying hens, um, our younger roosters. Uh, all we have left is Archie, not Archie, Rue and Omelet, and then the guineas, and then the meat birds, and that's it. Like, and when I say guineas, I mean those 2 guineas right there, and that's it. That is, I mean, I'm doing the best I can. You know, I dug out that entire backside. I took rebar and reinforced the bottom of it. Then I put 2 bys across the bottom, tapping it down with rebar through the wire. Then I took and put stone on top of that, and then I put what do you call it? Soil on top of it. Let's turn a little bit. See, soil. I completely abandoned that building project in favor of protecting my animals because I think protecting my animals is far more important than building another house. You know, or I should say a goat house. Um, to me, that is far more paramount because these animals deserve my respect. They deserve me as their how do I put it? Their caretaker. You know, me as their shepherd, or um, you know, they deserve to have a decent life. They deserve the respect as any animal should. They don't deserve to be slaughtered for fun. In a couple of these cases, like literally, there's no reason for, like, if you've gotten one bird already, why are you going to go tear up 2 more? You know, it makes no sense. Or if you're hungry for some meat and all that, why are you going to kill an animal and then take a bite out of it and then take off? You know, um, and that's happened. So I'm thinking this might be dogs that are playing with it, but I don't know of any. Yes, we hear you, Rue, but I don't know of anyone around here who has dogs that are allowed outside. The nearest dogs are up on top of the hill where my guineas go, or where the guineas went, um, because they have corn and everything. And it's this giant beast of a fluff ball. Like he's not fluffy. He's like just rolls upon rolls. His name's Igor. He is a beautiful bulldog that is almost as round as he is tall. Like his belly is literally like this far from the ground. His legs are like chunky chunks. You know, he's a sweetie, like no other. Like their dog is fantastic. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. Like he got out one day and he came over just to the pasture back over here, and he kind of sniffed at the animals and he didn't care. Did not care in the slightest. He's like, "What are you?" "I don't know. I don't care." And he's just like roaming around his yard. It's his yard. He didn't even leave his yard, you know. But they have a lot of acreage, so it's he had a lot of place to roam, but he's typically not allowed out of the house unless they're out with him and all that. They're good dog owners. Other than that, the next neighbor that has dogs in this direction, because I know it's not coming from that direction towards you guys, because that's where my house is. All right, that's where my dogs are. That's where my dad's dogs are. There's no way it'd be coming by us and my dog's not waking me up. If any of y'all come by here at any point, all right, if you're coming from that direction, my dogs will let me know that you're here before you know you're here. Okay, if you're coming from this direction, they wait until you're at about where the root cellar is before they start barking to let me know. But you know, they're dogs. You know, so anything coming from that direction isn't what's doing this. It's coming from this direction. The next nearest house was. This is called living on a homestead. You can't have a conversation with yourself without a rooster wanting to talk to you or a goat wanting to sit in your lap. But there's the next nearest dog is down that way, or that's that way is about, I'd say about half a mile to a mile, and they're good with their dogs too. Like they have pits. The pits are allowed out inside of the yard when they need to go to the bathroom. Other than that, they're inside the house for the most part, cuddling with their sweet owner. And you know, pit bulls tend to be good dogs. They want to take care of their humans. They get a bad rap. They want to do whatever the human says. They don't tend to be very malicious and all that. And if this was a pit bull, it wouldn't be going through the gate. When the gate's closed, it would be going through the fence. Like straight up, a good sized dog like that can eat through it. And the hole where they're getting through a couple days ago was only about this big, right? That's like the size of a large zucchini. Okay, so the possum looked larger than the hole was. Right, I think the possum was scavenging because there had been recent kills there, which makes sense because possums don't typically kill during the day. This behavior seems a lot like a domestic dog, or possibly maybe a raccoon, maybe if it's desperate. But I mean, right behind the camera right here, which those who have been here can attest to, there's a large pile of trash. Okay, there's a kennel, a dog kennel, that while I was sick, no one burned. So it's a year's worth of trash that I've been burning through, and it's a lot of trash. Like like we have raccoons here. The raccoons literally go eat from the trash. All right. We have the most time the possum that comes over here, until Toby stopped letting him inside the feed shed. The possum would go over there and eat in the feed shed, which I don't mind. All right. The possums don't eat enough for it to impact my food budget for my animals. Right. And most of it's inside of large barrels that it would have to climb up really difficultly, because it's like a 55-gallon drum. Okay, we have like 55-gallon drums in there, and a couple. We have a 55-gallon drum and then a couple trash cans in there with lids. I love that bird, I swear. But yeah, so the possum that lived, he lived over in the field over this way. It's straight that way. Yeah. And it's over by the creek and all that. It was eating over at the neighbor's house, right? Because no one lives there anymore, and there's food that's left there. So it's been feasting there for years. It's reproduced a couple times, and the cats that live over there have been killing the kits, or I don't know what you call a baby possum, but they've been killing the babies. So they've been keeping the numbers down. It could be one of the cats, but I really doubt it, because it's not cat behavior to crawl through a stone hole, like a hole, and pushing stone with its head and everything getting through. And I mean, yes, cats play with their food and all that, but I don't think it's cats, because the cats come from that direction and my dogs are over there, and I've never seen the cats come this far. They normally come to the first they come is basically halfway between my house and the neighbor's house. All right, they never come down this far. I'm sitting here racking my brain thinking, what do I do in this situation? You know, because I have, oh no, look at those little guys, they're cute, right? I have the meat birds, I have the guineas, and I have my one rooster and my one hen. I'm going to get more chickens, all right? And I think because we're down to so few, I'm not letting these guys out. I'm going to put everyone away together. I'm going to go ahead and feed them off my dime like it's wintertime. But I know that's not as fair to them, but I can't responsibly keep them alive right now. So I'm gonna keep them in here, and I think I'm gonna lock them inside that house. And it has a swing hinge wood latch on it, and I think I'm gonna reinforce that latch with probably a bolt. Like just drill a hole and put a bolt in it, so that because a raccoon can turn the latch mechanism if they're smart enough, which they are. Um, it doesn't take long for them to like see a weakness in something and start tearing on it, pulling on it, like literally like back and forth pulling on it, so they figure out how it opens, and then they'll get it open. So I'm gonna put a bolt in it, so that's not even an option. Um, but yeah. Um, I don't have a trail can. My brother said he might bring me one by, uh, but I'm just frustrated. I think I'm gonna start getting out here uh, a good 30 minutes before daybreak, and I'm gonna sit over here with the 22 and just wait for whatever's coming to come. And if it's a dog, I'll wound it, right? And like if it's got a collar, I'll wound it. If it doesn't have a collar and it's like a drop off, that I don't know. I might have to make a decision on that. Though I'd rather not. I really want it. I don't want to have to do that. If it's a cat, then same thing. If something wild that I know will return, all that. If it's a domestic animal, I don't want to kill someone's animal. Like I would rather, you know, uh, set down, like, how do I put this? I'd rather incapacitate the ability for them to continue forward and take them to their owner, right? I want to use as little force as possible. I don't want to cause more harm than is necessary. And yes, I understand and I agree that protecting lives is paramount, but we should be doing so at with the least amount of force as possible. I haven't had to kill most of the animals around here that have like pestered us, because I find other means. Like I put my trash pile next to my birds so that the raccoons have something that they can just go through and just be gross with, because raccoons do that and they would rather do that than go kill something. So I put my trash pile literally like it's 10 foot away from my chickens and in between my chickens and my goats. And I feed, I have a feeder inside of the quarantine cage that has constant food in that's accessible. I leave the shed door open in case something wants to go eat, you know. We don't have many raccoons that come over here. We don't have many possums that come over here. For the most part, like the smell of humans and burning trash and dogs and all that deters most everything. So I, I I'm really thinking it might be someone's dog, right? And I don't want to hurt someone's dog, you know. I want if it's someone's dog for sure, right? There's an area right on this side which you can't see. It's right next to me, right here. Let's turn. All right, that's fenced off. All right. If they're trying to get through this gate right here, then it won't be hard for me if I'm up on the hill in that direction to push them down towards that gate and have them cornered. And I know a cornered dog is dangerous, but I'd rather put myself at risk than my animals. And if it's someone's dog, I don't want to be hurting someone's dog. Even if they're hurting my animals, I don't want to be hurting someone's dog. I'd rather take their dog to them and tell them, look, your dog's been coming over here and has eaten almost all my chickens. And I would have shot him, but it's someone's dog. So please keep your dog in the early morning and at night and all that, so it's not coming over here, and even during the day, because we've lost a couple during the day. Like keep them under control so they're not coming over here and wandering over here and eating my animals. I'm not gonna like push for any kind of like recompense of any sort, right? You don't gotta pay me for the animals or anything like that, you know. Like I don't see a point in that. I can get more animals. I'm sad that the ones that we had, like, because they were good animals, they're good birds, all right. I can call my birds just like I'm able to call my dogs, just like I'm able to call the goats and all that. Uh, like I have good animals, and it's sad that they're gone. But I'm not gonna like destroy someone's bond with their dogs. If someone shot my dog, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be real upset. I might hurt someone. All right. Um, but I would like to like if it is a dog, all right, I'd like to talk to the person and make sure that they understand that they can't have their dog coming over here like that. Like the number one predator on a homestead tends to be domestic dogs. So that's why I keep going back to that. And I hope it's not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's something that I'm able to eat. Um, because I'm pretty sure I get in trouble for eating someone's dog. um, but this is already a 20-minute long video of me rambling, and half y'all ain't gonna watch this far or any of that. And if you did, I'm surprised. And I don't know why, because I'm just sitting here talking, rambling words about goats and chickens and dogs. But I'm done. I think I just needed some time to vent, because I mean this is a difficult situation I've been dealing with for about a week. And it's getting hard, you know. It's just hard, but I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. Oh, I forgot to say, I ran barbed wire all the way around it too. There's barbed wire all the way around the thing, and they still got past that. So I think I'm gonna put more barbed wire up today. Um, I'm doing the best I can for these animals, but it's obvious my best obviously isn't good enough for them. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do and figure out another way. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below. And I guess I'll see you guys in a couple days on Wednesday. Have a good one, guys. Sorry it's so long, and talk to you later.